Hey guys, Matt Sayers here, and today I'm back with Bailey for yet another episode of Anime versus Reality,
Hey everyone.
and we are currently starting Magia Record Season 2, of which I asked Bailey about it right before we started recording and what he thinks of it, and he agrees with me it's not that great.
It has its moments, but really
Yeah.
it's
This this season, like, Season 2 is a bit of a flop, and Season 3 I feel is a bit of a flop as well, just because of how rushed it felt.
yeah.
Anyways, getting ahead of myself here, we're going to start off with episode 1 of season 2, where
Alright.
the scene starts off with like some old film style showing, but that's like the opening frame is like just like a way of introducing season 2, I
Sorry,
guess.
the episode begins with what?
It's like some old film. It's like, that old like 19 sort of 30s like grade film.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know what it's showing because I think what it's supposed to be is Walpurgis Night, but we cut away from that to the fight with Patricia, and we all remember Patricia, right?
Yes, I do.
Mm. Especially the part where Bob gets thrown up that witch's skirt to defeat
Oh yeah. Good times.
yeah. But yeah, but this time we in our fight scene we got it's before Hamura's appearance is changed to her cool version, and also Mami is not there to help out as well.
Why isn't mommy there?
Well, she's
Well, I
currently
know why.
yeah she's
I know
currently
why
over
she
in the
isn't.
city
Yeah.
in Kamihama.
Kamihama. Huh.
But the funny thing is we also sort of see that both Madoka and Hamura are proving that they're not that good at fighting, unlike Sayaka
Yeah, they're kind of like I like them as characters, but they're more of like a detriment, you know what I mean?
to this season.
I'd say yeah, to this season. I don't, they're all right in last season, but in
Or like
this one they're just
in their storyline.
yeah, in their storyline, but like,
This one it
I
just
mean,
feels like
I,
we've been stripped away of character building.
yeah, it reminds me of what they did with One Punch Man season 2. I don't know if you've seen that.
I haven't seen what's One Punch Man season 1 yet.
Well, the first season is good. I won't spoil it, but the second season they wanted to rush it out, and so the
Yeah.
animation was all crap.
It's sort of like also Attack on Titan season 2. That season 2 was not that great in
Yeah,
Attack on
yeah, that's
Titan.
another good example.
It's, I don't get it. Like, season 2 just seems to be the not great season of anime most of the time. Like, there's exceptions where season 2 actually happens to be better than season 1, but it's so rare.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, so
that's why I'm always like, take as long as you have to, you know, quality over quantity.
yeah, that's
All right,
that's
what?
probably why some shows took 18 years to come up with a new version.
Yeah, this guy wrote a book. Took him 17 years.
Mm. Like Fruits Basket, that was 2001. They did a good job back then, and then 18 years later, they did it even better. Anyway, so yeah, Hamura uses her ability to pause some time, and in that moment of pause time, she hears the message come to Kamihama City from a pink haired girl. We know who this pink haired girl is. But
Yeah,
obviously, from Hamura's perspective, she doesn't know that this is Yui. In fact, I feel like with that, they're treating like the audience like they're not smart and not knowing the character.
Like we don't need to see a face to like. It's not like the voice is disguised or anything.
Yeah, it's like there's no. The only thing hidden is the face.
Yeah,
Like if it was much more of a shadow person, it'd be like, who is this mysterious person, right?
yeah.
I keep looking at my thing because I keep forgetting the camera's up there. I have such a bad habit of that. So yeah, Sayaka manages to step in to save them both from Patricia's domain. Like she pulls them out, and well, obviously she's not happy with Hamura. Is what usually happens in the timeline. But this time it's her inability to fight, and she wants Hamura just to stay out of their way. It's like, don't get involved with us, because you suck.
Yeah.
And also Sayaka also showed up to report that Mummy is in Kamihama City, and well, we all know what's happening with Mummy.
Oh yeah. I did not mean it that way.
What is wrong with you, Bailey?
I mean, that's why I had to clarify. I didn't want you to think there was anything.
Anything? What?
Oh, well, the way I started to realize, I was like, oh no, I shouldn't have said it that way.
Anything sexual?
Yeah, it's like, no, there was nothing sexual about that. Get your mind out of the gutters.
But yeah, Sayaka also managed to learn the truth about the magical girls, and obviously we know exactly that, but because this version of the time at this point in the timeline they don't. Sayaka explains it to Madoka and Homura, but Homura is like calm because she already knew, and
Yeah.
like, and obviously Madoka is sort of freaking out. She's not happy that Kube lied to them about, magical girls become witches, and
Yeah.
and then they have to defeat the witches to get grief seeds so they don't become witches.
Yeah, well, to be fair, if I was in a position, I probably would be the same.
Well, it's a pretty BS contract if you think about it, because it's like Cube. It's like, oh, I didn't like Cube's just like, I didn't lie. You just never asked.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that is how you make a contract null and void in any situation.
It reminds me of if you ever played Dragon Age.
No, I haven't.
Well, there are these characters called the Grey Wardens who fight these things called Darkspawns. They're
I'm just gonna
basically
fix my camera while you
like
talk.
zombies, essentially. Well, that's not a good way
That's
to
much better.
describe them, but it's kind of like that. So, Grey Wardens, to become one, you have to go through this ritual, and it involves drinking the blood of the Darkspawn, and it can kill you. But if you survive, you're able to sense them, but you only have 30 years to live.
Oh, okay. I'm not drinking that.
Because you'll die. There's a strong chance you'll die from it, but if you survive, you only have 30 years to live. But you're connected to them, so you can sense when they're around, like have a spider sense type thing.
Yeah, but it's like, give me a written contract, and I'll be like, I can read that and be like, nah, I don't want to do this. Not a
Just
verbal
imagine that.
contract.
Just imagine that. Like that's honestly a movie in the Middle Ages. The king's okay. We're gonna sign this contract. We're gonna have a treaty. Mm-hmm. Let me just get my lawyer to look over this.
It would be a lawyer back then. It'd be some old term.
Yeah, like advisor.
Yeah.
Imagine just one king. He's got like a dozen advisors or attorneys or whatever you want to call them.
It'd be
They're like,
advisors.
uh-huh.
It'd be advisors.
Yeah, advisors for the advisors.
It's like, take this, read this, take this, read this, take this, read this, take this, read this, all the way down to the end, and then it's just like, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go, here you go.
Like each of you are gonna get like one chapter to read over, and then we'll compare notes. All right. Speaking of notes, where were we?
Oh yeah, so as a note, going back to like the Magic Girl witch problem. No, I just wanted to note this thing that I thought of. If magical girls are created to defeat witches, then what about the first group of magical girls to ever exist? Like, was that like how does that work? Like, if there was no witches in the first place, was the system just designed as a collapsing system to create witches for magical girls to kill, to make more energy? If that makes sense.
Possibly.
Because like there has to be like the original magic girl, and then like they use their magic to help people, but over time their soul gem gets corrupted and turns into a grief seed and they become a witch. At which point you need another magical girl to defeat that witch.
Because how far back was it
Oh, it's like
when the
all
first?
of history of the Earth, I'm pretty sure.
It was like when you go that far back, I can understand. All right, this is the way the story is, but as history goes on, like when you're trying to look back that far into the past, obviously there's going to be some little
Glaring plot
plot
holes.
holes here and there. Because history, you can only carry history over so far before.
Like,
Like we don't have that
if
problem now for digital age.
magical girls to exist in the first place, there has to be a witch.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, I'm willing to overlook that because it's so far in the past. There's
No,
like no definitive
no, wait,
answer.
What if, what if they did start in like the time period of like witches?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it could be like a time paradox thing where four witches ended up going into the past. I mean, four magical girls ended up going into the past, and they were the first witches.
well, I remember from the original, like the original show, um, there was an Egyptian, like, like from history, like maybe Cleopatra, that was made into a magical girl.
Maybe.
You want to take the next point, considering we're just getting absolutely derailed?
I can't even remember where we are, to be honest. Like, we've
Right after
gone
the
off point
dream.
so much. Where were we?
My mouse is on that for you.
Both Madoka and Homura. Oh, we haven't
No,
even.
down. They're down.
Oh,
Do you see where
damn.
my thing is?
Oh, yeah, once again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was like, we barely scratched it. Alright, once again, QB explains that when a magical girl becomes a witch, an incredible amount of energy is created, and it's Kyubei's job to retrieve that energy. The energy is important to extend the lifespan of the entire universe. Sayaka kills the QB, engaging in conversation just for a second QB to walk in and continue on. After QB runs off, Sayaka is angry at Homura's lack of reaction to what was just said. Thinking Homura already knew about the truth and didn't share it, both Madoka and Sayaka don't understand Mami's actions against Sayaka, but Homura's attention is caught on Sayaka's mention of saying magical girls. Sayaka is both worried about Mami and Walpurgis Walpurgis Knights approach upon Mitakihara, but at this point, there's not much that can be done.
Yeah, I apologize again for. I apologize for having basically the repeat for the what is essentially like the third time. But this show, like Magia Record, has had repeated twice at this point. Mostly because time travel, like time rewind mechanics, just completely ruin plots at times. It's annoying.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Anyway, but yeah, we find out that this is not Homura's first time repeating this time period, so we're not in the first timeline. We're probably in like the 5th or 6th timeline or something like that. But yeah, but this time around, there's something new, and Homura wants to like investigate it, wants to pull out this thread and like unravel it. But yeah, back in the classroom, both Sayaka and Homura are missing from class, and well, from a previous conversation, Madoka learned Mami's happiness is a facade she puts up to protect others, like protect herself from others. So it's like the happiness is not how she actually feels. It's like making everyone feel better by faking it, which didn't really get that from Mummy in the original.
Yeah, that, to be honest, I feel like it kind of is awkward for a cat. Not awkward, but just kind of unlike her.
Don't you mean awkward, not awkward?
Awkward. I am in awe of her.
Your pronunciation of that was just like. But yeah, so Homura is waiting for a train to Kamihama when she senses Patricia once again, and it is pretty ridiculous. Like the amount of people just coming into this train station. So much so that like Homura's having to use like poles and like police tape to stop them all.
Mm.
And obviously, Madoka just conveniently happens to be nearby, and senses that Homura's having to fight Patricia, and like she asks Sayaka for help, like telepathically, of course, because you gotta love telepathic communication as a staple of being a magical girl.
You don't?
Huh?
You don't like it, or?
No, I don't mind it. It's just like when that just happens, it's just like, okay. But yeah, and then Madoka's like running to the station, running to Patricia's domain, and like to convince Sayaka to come. She's like, "Yeah, I'm scared," and that Mummy was scared, and like she wants all three of them to work together so they don't have to be as scared as they are. So Madoka is going to save Homura, and she wants Sayaka to come save her. And hopefully at some point Homura would save Sayaka. Which sort of does happen in the next fight scene. Because, like, she does save Homura, then Sayaka saves Madoka, and then Homura does save Sayaka. Using her abilities. You want to take the next one?
Are you sure?
Well, it's like describing the fight scene.
Alright, wait. We keep getting sidetracked from all this stuff. Yeah, that's what I thought we were.
Yeah.
Homura and Madoka work together to attack Patricia with arrows and bullets.
The favorite
At what
combo of everyone.
At one point, Madoka gets wrapped up by wires and approached by Patricia's minions, but is saved at the last second by Sayaka. Sayaka uses one of Mami's magical ribbons to launch herself into the fray of Patricia's minions, slicing through them. Homura then saves Sayaka from being grabbed by Patricia's
Yeah,
leg
there's like
hand,
they're actually it's like actually like leg with hand at the end.
like chimp legs.
uh, Human hands on the legs.
Yeah.
Like someone mid transformation into a hands like transforming upside down sort of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm
Annoying.
saying.
Yeah, it's alright. Annoying Sayaka for doing something dangerous. Suddenly, Sayaka realizes that she can use Homura's ability and teamwork to defeat Patricia. Sayaka realizes was trying to help her with her statement that they're all magical girls. Sayaka runs laps around Patricia with Madoka.
Wild
Oh,
Madoka.
sorry. While Madoka sets up many arrows to hit Patricia, and Homaru clings onto dear life. Oh no!
Yeah.
Horima then let. Sorry,
Go.
what?
Go on. Finish. I'll talk after.
Homura then lets go while Madoka fires Sayaka with her bow for the final blow against Patricia.
Like it. Like literally. Like basically, Sayaka became an arrow with a sword. But
Not just any arrow, the arrow from Skyrim.
wait, what?
You know, I used to be an adventurer like you, then I took an arrow to the knee. The most dangerous arrow in all of Skyrim.
A human being. No, but I like how like Sayaka's character went through sort of similar thing to um, the original story, and it's like a good setup of like what is a definite event in the story and what is flexible.
Yeah.
So like Sayaka's depression is a definite story point in in like most timelines, which is I like that sort of detail, how it's like you can
Yeah.
have a story point that is a definite event. That's just like it's just like a small detail, but it's like super important down the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, Madoka explains that she wouldn't have become a magical girl if it wasn't for Mami in the first place, and her being around. So now it's their turn to go and save Mami from whatever she's in. And season 2 introduces a lot of after credit scenes. So in this one, Yacho attacks a black feather, and it's like wanting to know where Magia's HQ is, but only learns that there's a rumor called Hotel Faint Hope, and that it moves around, so you can't pin it down. And at Hotel Faint Hope, it's revealed that Kure has become a black feather, and the person she's talking to, like, it's not Mami. It's Nemu. I forgot to change that one to Nemu. That's embarrassing. You want to start off our second episode?
Are you sure? Have you recovered from the embarrassment?
I have. It was a
Alright, then let's
momentary embarrassment, not a long-lasting one.
continue. This episode starts back in Yachio's modeling days, where she got popular extremely fast and was the only one in her unit to get to this point. Not that the people she's modeling for care, and we saw that, when was it, the last episode of season 1?
No, Yachio.
Or the episode before, we got a little flashback to her modeling days.
It wasn't really much of a flashback. Like, this one is much more of a flashback than that one.
Oh, okay. However, we...
Sorry.
Sorry, what?
I think it was more just like a mention of it back then. With a
Yeah.
little bit of a scene, but this one is much more of a flashback.
Yeah. However, we learn that the other girls in her unit actually died due to her wish. Yachio shows her character growth with her worried about where Iraha is, but her doppel says that Iraha is dead. Yachio will do anything to find Iraha, even if she has to go to the Hotel Faint Hope rumor. Yachio defeats yet another Uwasa in her search for Iraha, noting that the Uwasa are getting even stronger. Suddenly, she thinks, like a bolt of lightning, she thinks finding Iraha is a lost cause, and adds Iraha's mug to her shelf of lost friends alongside Mel and Kane's mugs. Like, I think to me, it felt like, there was like a lightning strike, there's,
Yeah.
sudden shot.
Well, for her, it would be a water wave, considering her powers are water based.
Yeah.
Like a giant wave hit her in the face, and it's like, oh man, I give up.
Yeah. Uh, Kaid, Sana, and Momoko
I think it's
have
pronounced Kaede.
Kaid there. Kaide, Sana, and Momoko have appeared to join Magius, where Kaide and Sana are black feathers and Momoko is a white feather.
Momoko.
Momoko. Mama
Because that's
say, Mama
KO,
sa,
not
Mama
K.
sa. Magius is planning to create a doppel that will save magical girls from becoming witches. Felicia and Sana are also at the Magius meeting. Apparently, Magius is approaching the completion of their final plan. The Amadi twins report to uh Toka
Toka.
that the rumors Peeping Castle Town, Fireman's Mound, and Switch Street have all been defeated by Yachio. To account for these rumors being defeated, the twins have been making the other Uwasa capture more people than usual.
It's like, okay, we're losing Yuaza pretty quick. Just cram the people into the other ones to get more power. Anyway, so Kure heads to the location where the Eternal Sakura rumor exists as per the request of Nemu. And we find out that Nemu is the creator of every single rumor around Kamihama using her power, but in doing so she used too much and basically set herself on the path of death. Always nice when you accidentally use too much power and set yourself on the path of death.
Yeah.
Basically every political...
Every what?
Every political person.
Uh,
Every president. Nah, I should make that joke out of America like that. Giving Kure some pages from her book, Nemu is sending her to the Eternal Sakura rumor to protect a special person. This leads Kure to Kasha Ward shopping district and finds a little QB that leads her somewhere. Also, at the same time, we go back at Mitama's place, Mitama returns home to find Yachio waiting for her to get back. And Yachio wonders if Mitama closed her business, but Mitama was out on a business trip. It's like Yachio flips out of bed. It's like, yeah, with Magius. Because like she mentions that she recently met Toka, who is similar to Nemu, but instead of the rumors, she can make doppels. And flipping Yachio's belief that doppels are from Mitama's coordinating. No, they're not. Mitama doesn't cause the doppels, she's just there to stabilize them. Make sure, nothing bad really happens. And we find out that the doppel official name is actually Doppel Witches, which I use the notes from now on. Which does add more words, but it's just like, I like to be technical. These Doppel Witches attach themselves to any part of the body and allow the magical girl to use the power freely. However, this power, like any medication or drug, comes with side effects, and some of them are not that great. So, rather than focusing in on the side effects of Doppel Witch overuse, Yachio changes the conversation to how can she reach the Hotel Fate Hope rumor? And she says that she should feel pain for Iroha being gone, but it just seems like everything's normal in her life again. Which she doesn't want to live like that because, well, she's friends with Iroha. Turns out the only way to get to Hotel Faint Hope is to be led there by a Magius member, and, well, based on the standing between Yachio and Magius members, I don't think she's going to be getting there anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
So, Yachio's last request is like, do you have any grief seeds for me? And, like, Mitama is like, no, I don't have any. It's like, how could you not have any?
Have you learned nothing?
What do
Is
you
what
mean?
I was thinking. I was just thinking, like, because to be fair, you can't get grief seeds continuously. Like, you can't. It's not like you can buy them.
Well, I mean, technically, by what we find out later, technically she could buy them.
I gotta be honest. That's completely stupid, in my opinion.
What?
It kind of defeats the purpose. You get these grief seeds from defeating witches, right?
Mm.
So if you can buy them, I just find that stupid.
Like, and
It
also
gets rid of, like, mistakes.
And also in that situation, wouldn't it just be better to just profit off all the witches?
Yeah, it's another thing.
It's like you don't have to do this whole doppel thing and all that, and like the Yuaza. All you just need to do is just have, as we find out, there's like a witch farm. Just have that going and be like, charge like $1 a grief set, and you'll be making bank real fast. It's like the new $1 billion idea. Anyway, so we cut back to the shopping ward, like the shopping center. But we're following Yachio, who has followed a red paper trail to the area, and she just happens to run into Kure and the little Cube, like conveniently, right? Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Thank God for plot.
Hmm?
Thank God for plot armor.
Nah, it wasn't plot armor. It was plot convenience.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yes,
Kira just
the
saves
armor.
everything.
Yeah, the armor protects how stupid the plot convenience is.
Mm. Where's that lucky owl water? Why was it destroyed? But yeah, like, Yachi chases after Kira, who runs off, and it's like, she calls her to ask questions, like, in the aggressive tone she was always using. Meanwhile, Mifuyu's like, "Hi, just, you don't need to attack Kira for this one. I'm ready to talk to you." And of course, both sides start arguing their points of like Mifuyu saying Magius will save the weak magical girls, and Yacho is just wanting to find the Roha. It's just like, just help me find my friend. No, I don't care about actually fighting Magius. I just want my friend back. It's like, how little does it really matter in the end? This argument. Anyway, but yeah, getting upset and frustrated, Yacho attacks Mifuyu, and during the fight, Mifuyu's soul gem gets clouded and uses her doppel witch. Like, she triggers her doppel witch, which actually looks pretty cool in the fight.
Yeah, that was like one of the. Since we're covering this episode, I'd say that's one of the better things about it, because
Like the designs of the witches.
yeah, because it's kind of I don't want to say it's crap, but it's like a downgrade. You know what I mean?
Well, actually, I sort of like it a bit more than the actual witches, because it's like, it's more than just like that. It's more than just suddenly it's a witch situation. Because like, with what we saw in the Roha in the first season, her physical body was still there. It was just that it like came out of her head, I think. And then, like, also, like, in this particular fight we're about to talk about, uh, Yachio's witch is like, she's not full witch. It's like her arms, her legs, and her head. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like those particular parts are witch parts. But yeah, a fight carries on underground, where Mifuyu tries again to explain how Magus is made up of weak magical girls like herself, and that their plan will save them. And of course, because Yachio didn't get any grief seeds, her soul gem becomes clouded to the point to be able to trigger her own doppel witch. So yeah, Yachio's making even larger attacks, and Mifuyu forms a giant bird for defense, while Yachio just basically floods all the birds with, like, the entire stadium gets flooded. It looked like a stadium slash like circus ground. But yeah, and like she
What do
pins,
you mean, stadium circus ground?
like, it's like you got like it's like a whole ring, and then the seats out to the sides.
Okay.
Like, if you do you remember
Yeah.
Hell of a Boss.
Hell of a Boss. What's that?
It's a show set in the Has Been Hotel universe.
I've only seen like the episode you showed me.
Oh, we're
I
gonna
know
have
they
to
got it
watch.
on Prime.
Oh, I'm talking about Hell of a Boss, which is a separate thing from Has Been Hotel, but still in the same universe.
Uh, no, I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's all good. Anyway, so yeah, Yacho pins Mafuyu to the floor and almost kills Mafuyu before realizing what she was doing. It's just like, no, I gotta stop myself from this. Do you want to take the last point?
Sure, why not? Mafuyu calls Kuro down. Wait, that's where.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's where. Mafuyu calls Kuroe down to go back to Magia's HQ, but little Cube runs off and Kuroe follows. No, it's Kuro. Kuro follows,
Yeah.
leaving her with Yachio. Kuro
I love
follows.
how Kure is like, messed up.
Yeah. Kuro follows little Cube and Yachio chases Kuro, and the chase leads them to an USA. Nemu provides a voiceover of how Yui Toka and herself will leave the hospital and meet with Iroha under a wilted cherry tree. In a ball of light coming down from the tree, Iroha appears to be completely fine, just under the control of her doppelwitch.
Oh
Yay,
yeah,
she's
that's
alive!
the good side when you're stuck under the control of your own doppelwitch.
Yeah, that's
It's
not
just like,
good. Hold on.
oh, fudge nuggets.
Yeah,
Now we're on episode 3, by the way.
yeah. Alright, hold on. Let me just take this point. I'll take the next one. I just got to get something to eat because I haven't had lunch yet.
Yeah.
Just give me 60 seconds.
So yeah, and Nemu told Kure that special someone she once saved was Aroha, figuring she would be at the Eternal Sakura rumor after disappearing at the Memory Museum. I just love how many technical terms I'm having to use just writing these notes. You got the Eternal Sakura rumor, the Memory Museum, like Seance Shrine, all that is. I think in writing the notes for this, there is one term that is like easily the longest I've ever written. Hello?
Yeah, sorry, I'm back now.
I had to fill some space by talking about like the different terms because it's so
Alright,
weird.
that's no problem. Are we on the next point?
We on this one.
Yeah. In what seems to be a surreal dream, Yachio wakes to Rena, Saruno, and Felicia wanting breakfast.
Man, it's been a while since writing
Yachio,
Saruno's name.
Yachio wonders what happened until she hears Iroha's name and runs to her room, distorting the dream slightly. Finding it it's felt like a simulation to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it sort of was.
Not like a dream though. It felt like you've been seeing like glitches in the Matrix and whatnot.
Mm.
Or that Rick and Morty episode, you know, just where he's in the simulation.
Yeah, Shyamalan aliens.
Yeah. Okay, where was I? Yeah, Felicia Yachio wonders what happened until she hears Iroha's name and runs to distorting the dream slightly. Finding Iroha in her room, Yachio gives her a hug before things get creepy.
Yeah, it's like
After,
the doppel face.
after After making breakfast for everyone, Yachio and Hiro talk about how they got absorbed by Iroha's Doppel Witch. Felicia addresses Hiro, confusing Hiro because she doesn't know Felicia. Yachio wants to get out of the eternal Sakura rumor, and so asks Hiro to tell her everything about it. Yachio asks Iroha if she's the real Iroha that has been looking for her little sister, and Iroha snaps out of the unknowing spell she was under. The setting transitions to a train where Iroha, Kuro, and Yachio are going to see Yui, who is sick. Toka and Nemu are singing about their desire to make Uwasa together, and Kuro recognizes them as Magius. As the girls continue singing, they dance through previous locations of Uwasa, like Seance Shrine and Endless Solitude.
Like I like the fact that like the song includes the Yuasa they end up creating. And as we find out later, there's a theme park called Chelation Land as well, which does become important to the plot.
What is a chelation?
I don't know. But Yachio is curious about it, and it's like where Yui is. But instead of Yui being in the bed, she finds a bare representation of Yui. I'm like, okay. And Yui wants the four of them to go to a theme park called Chelation Land, which does happen later in the season. Yacho figures they must be in Roha's fantasy or dream, which might explain how Felicia and Rena knew Kore. Attacking the big-scale model city, Yacho also figures out that everything is being caused by Roha's Doppel Witch, even repairing the model city on its own. Honestly, it's impressive that knows Roha that well. But yeah, as day turns to night really fast, Yachio quickly finds where to go to leave the hospital behind Yui's bed and jump through the it's like a small window thing, and like she threatens Ko to be like, nah, you're staying behind, stay with Aroha. And like, I don't need help from Magius on this situation. Kure accidentally mentions the term witch around Roha, which causes another transition to a fight against the Maiden 168 witch. This one, I did find this out myself. I found this out while doing research about the 168 witch. But the 168 of Maiden 168 can be read using a special reading technique called Maru as Ichi Roko Hachi, which is the numbers for 168. And then when you take the first syllables of each of those numbers, you get I Ro Ha, which makes the Maiden 168 which into Maiden Aroha. It's a cool detail, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't, it's like, in Japan, if people know that, they would catch that. But it's also, like, cool to learn that if you don't live in Japan.
How do you notice that?
I found it through research. Like, because I did not know. Like, I went to the Wikipedia page for the Magia Record witches, and like looked at Maid 168 because I wanted to make sure I had the name right, and well, found out that about that detail of Iroha. because and like the only detail that wasn't included was the maru, like that maru thing, and then so I had to look that up and what it was. It's basically just reading Japanese numbers as like individual numbers rather than whole numbers. That's how you get Ichi, Roku, Hachi. It gets very confusing as well. I don't want to go into it too much further. But yeah, Team Mikazuki Villa quickly defeats the Maiden 168, which give you an unrealistic amount of receipts. And Raha has one Sakura. It's like a whole bag of them. Of like multiple colours. And so you could tell it's not real because grief seeds are not different colours. They come in plain black. You want to take the next point?
Yeah. Sorry, as I say, just eating a sandwich. Alright, I'm good.
Don't stuff your face too much.
Yachio continues running through the field back to the hospital once again, where she finds an Iraha made of starlight lying in the bed. Not that way. The dream, while different,
What do you mean
seems
by
to
that?
have...
I'm sorry.
I'm just letting your fans know it's not like that.
What would...
We don't want that here.
I don't get what you're talking about.
The dream, well, let's forget about it. The dream, while different, seems to have rewinded to the start Yachio started at. Yachio slices through Rena, Tsuruno, and Felicia into a transition to the next scene where Iraha uses sparklers. Iraha offers her support to Kuro, but Kuro is just thinking about how the dream operates, and since Yachio isn't around, a fake Yachio is created in her place. Iraha talks about how great Yachio is. Now she was only mean because she was worried about them. Kuro asks about what Iraha would do if this was a dream, and Iraha answers there isn't anything she'd hope to do in her dreams because she already has all her friends around her.
Okay, so, I'm sorry, but I really need to go back to that point. It's like with the starlight. I don't get that.
Oh, and I hope you never do.
Wait, are you making a Mass Effect joke or something?
What's something?
The only thing I know to do with starlight. Wait, are you making a Teen Titans joke?
Possibly.
Oh my. Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean?
Are you talking about Starfire?
Yeah.
God. I don't get it still, but it's like. What?
To be honest, I didn't think you'd pick up on the genre, like the show, what I was talking about.
I was going through things that was like Starlight. I went Mass Effect because you got the Star Child.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, wait. Starfire. you.
Yeah.
Just continue.
Yachio's journey continues into a field of flowers where a table with chairs and a whole bed setup is located. Sitting on the bed is Bear Yui, which is the most suspicious thing of the dream, but it turns out to be nothing. Back with Kuro, both Kuro and Iraha lay down to sleep, and Kuro asks why a stuffed animal is the representation of Yui and not Yui herself. Kuro asked why because Iraha is obsessed with finding Yui, always looking for her, represented by a calendar filled with the Japanese word for sympathy. This upsets Iraha. Iraha shows up to Yachio in the field while the bear Yui disappears from the bed. Approaching Iraha, Yachio tells Iraha she doesn't belong here, but Iraha just wants her to come to the hospital. Iraha has Bear Yui to reveal to Yachio, and behind Bear Yui, Iraha also reveals herself to be blinded to the truth. Destroying Bear Yui causes the field to turn red and Iraha's Doppel Witch to attack. At the same time, Iraha gets so angry at Kuro, Iraha's Doppel Witch attacks her as well.
How can that Doppel Witch be in two places at once, huh?
Magic?
Are we using magic dream logic?
Yeah. You can use that, can't you?
Like magic magic fantasy dream logic.
Like is it the witch is able to manifest herself? You know.
I'm trying to use as many terms as well as I can for the joke of something that comes up later. The magical girl fantasy dream. But yeah, Uraha's Double Witch explains that Uraha's soul gem is still being tainted due to the induced nightmares of, learning the truth. Never fun. And also the fear of not being able to find her sister. So, much like when you put wallpaper over other wallpaper to make it look good, Uraha's Double Witch created the dreams that, Kure and Yachio have been going through to cover up the nightmares, and even making a new Yui for Uraha, which is like the bear, and a new story. Yachio drops in to free Kure from Doppel Witch Uraha's grasp, because I didn't want to write Uraha's Doppel Witch's grasp, because that's like so confusing. And both girls fight against giant bear Yuis. Because that's a thing that needed to happen. Amidst the fighting, Yacho tries to talk sense into Uraha and bring Uraha back by throwing his spear to break Uraha's blindfold. Like, yes, throw a sharp spear at fabric. And you only hit the fabric, not the person. And boosting through, Yachio's power through connecting, Yachio attacks with all her power to defeat Uraha's Doppel Witch and break the dream up domain apart. Uraha shows she knows when to say the right thing by saying to Yachio, she wouldn't die, and that's how she was able to come back. It's just makes Yachio cry even more. And once again, in an after credit scene, we get Madoka and Mami messaging each other. Madoka obviously being worried for Mami's safety, but Mami responds, "No matter what happens, I'll save you." It's like, oh shoot, she's definitely off the deep end at this point, isn't she?
Yeah. Yep. She's like a few screws short of a socket wrench, you know what I mean?
I've never heard that one before.
Yeah.
You want to take the first point to the next episode?
I sure do.
Last episode that we'll be covering today.
Back at the Eternal Sakura, Yachio questions if Iroha is the real Iroha and if she's okay. And Iroha says that Yachio worries too much. Kuro tells Iroha that their current location is the Eternal Sakura rumor, which Iroha remembers hearing once. The dead Sakura tree talks to Iroha, saying that it's waiting for the day that Iroha, Yui, Nemu, and Toka all visit together before leaving.
By the way, Did you? Was that enough time to say Iroha? Really drill the name into your head.
Yeah. That's
Also,
what I said. Iraha. Iraha, right?
Iroha, yeah.
Or is it
Also,
Iroha?
Era. Also, when I watched this for the first time ever, it was like a bit weird because it's like a dead tree talking to someone. But having played Genshin Impact like recently, it is it's not as bizarre now considering in that game you talk to a giant mushroom
Oh yeah.
and do quests for
Uh,
that mushroom.
After sampling that mushroom,
No, no, it's just like
the
uh
mushroom's like the first taste is free. The
no,
rest will cost you.
no,
Do my bidding, and you shall be rewarded.
no. It's just like the mushroom's just like, can you help me with these tasks? It's like, okay, I'm talking to a giant mushroom that's way bigger than me now. What is going on? Anyway, so returning to Mikazuki Villa, we're back in the story, by the way.
Yeah.
What a transition. The place is an absolute mess due to Yacho's sole focus on finding Iroha. No one else is at Mizuki Villa, since they're all at Magia's HQ as well, so it's just like... But Kure has not seen any of them there. Iroha is shocked that Kure is a part of Magius and asks if Nemu is doing okay. When Kure mentions Nemu will die soon, Iroha gets worried about why. Fair enough. With Nemu being the creator of the Yuaza and Toko the creator of Doppels, just what is Magius planning? And, like, how bad is this situation going to be?
I don't know how good would you say the Magius's planning is?
No, how bad is the plan is the question.
Okay. I was thinking like just what is Magius planning? Well, it's like you know them better than me. What are they planning?
Well, we find out later what they're planning, and we find out like the next episode, which will be next podcast episode.
All
Iroha,
right.
sorry, you were saying
So
something.
I said, all right.
Anyway, Iroha continues to regain memories of her time with Yui and her roommates, and now she wants Kure to take her to Magius to see them. We're finally gonna get to the walking simulator that we all want.
No.
Hey, don't worry, it's not as bad as Monster. That is literally the entire show, a walking simulator.
Monster what?
No, it's called Monster.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically like that anime is basically walking simulator in World War Two.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah. Anyway, Yache finally caves into Roha's demands to go see Magius, and it's like, fine, we'll go there. Like, she's not happy about it. Meanwhile, the news reports about a massive typhoon forming in the southern seas, having absorbed other storms to make it a mega typhoon, and it's suddenly turning its path north towards Japan. So that's a good sign. You want to take the next one?
I don't know. Do I? Well,
Hey,
I
you're
guess I
gonna be
have to.
leaving us soon.
Yeah, I guess I should. I won't be able to record with you again, so I won't be able to hear the soothed, succulent voice that is the mad scientist.
Well, we still have Ruby.
But for how long?
Well,
Hopefully.
considering, well, like, only just under 100 days in that. Still a
I
while.
well, I can be thankful for that. Since Hotel Faint Hope moves constantly, the current entrance to it is at some arches of Chinese cucumber flowers. Rather conveniently, the Amani twins just happen to step out of the doors. Yachio offers a fighting distance for Iroha and
Distraction,
Kuro.
not distance.
Distraction. Got my
How did you
glasses on.
get
They're not even out.
distance?
I had a late one last night.
Get a bit drunk, did you?
Just one beer, but you know me, I'm a lightweight. Yachio offers a fighting distraction for Iroha and Kuro to get inside, but in the process, the Amani twins
Amane.
trap Amane twins trap Yachio in an Alina Gray domain. The space that the Amine twins just came from is below Hotel Fane Hospital, so they take a train closer to the hotel. The train is similar to the perpetual machine Toka builds in episode 3 of season 1.
I was looking at him like, wait, this looks like the exact thing Toka built. And I like how you don't, like, when you see it for the first time in, like, episode 3 of season 1, you don't realize it's actually slight foreshadowing of, like, the actual train until this moment.
You want me to continue? Yes.
Yeah.
Iroha asks why Kuro joined Magius, and it seems to be the usual case of, for all magical girls, not many in her area. Witches are too strong in Kamihama, protection in Magius. However, there's a full stop. Protection Magius. However, Kuro has also used her doppel several times already. Kuro asks her own questions of what Iroha would do if all the weak magical girls were to come to Kamihama. Kamihama. To which Iroha gives a supportful answer of taking their hands. The train pulls into the only other station on the route, so time for walking. Yay!
Walking! The one thing that sucks. And it's uphill as well, so if I was to be walking this, my legs would literally, like, atrophy. I would not be suitable to be a magical girl in any way.
Alright.
Anyways.
Suddenly. Oh, you going?
I was gonna go, yeah.
Yeah, by all means.
But yeah, suddenly, Renna just comes around the corner out of nowhere, running into the path of Kure and Iraha, with Kaede stumbling behind. Kaede wants to go back to Magi's HQ and talk with someone there, saying she made a mistake and didn't listen to Mitama. Iraha warns Renna about the Amane sisters closing the exit, and are therefore forced to turn around and go back to the hotel to find another exit, which sucks. Renna is in a hurry because Kaede's shadow is getting all the witch effects. It's like got like the spiral thing going on. Somewhere else in Kamihama, Madoka uses her soul gem ring to examine a wall for hidden messages left by Magius. It's like when you know those spy glasses.
Yeah.
How it's like you can see how they use them to see hidden messages hidden on walls.
Yeah. Yeah, I know
Madoka
that.
has like the knockoff version with the ring. But yeah, Sayaka joins her saying that none of the magical girls will tell them about Magius. I wonder if I don't think they ever bring up like the 100-meter thing again as well. Which I wish they did. It's like that one detail from the original series of like magical girl can't be more than 100 meters from their soul gem. And they use that to be like, oh, we got like this strong organization, but they're little kids, so just like taking candy from a baby, just take their soul gems and run away, right?
Yeah, I suppose you could argue that.
It's but it'd be funny if they just did that. It's like that's one way to bring a piece of information full circle.
Alright, so you've seen Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
No, I haven't.
But you
Honestly.
know, like the basic rules of all the cards and that.
Mm,
Not the rules, but you know they deal with cards and monsters
yeah.
come
Oh
out.
yeah.
There's this funny thing I was watching. There's like he summoned his cards, like, oh no, it looks like I have to use my special effect. What's that? And he goes up and he rips the guy's card in half. It's like, what are you gonna do now? The duel's over. It wasn't in the actual show, it was just a parody, but it was pretty funny.
Just for that, you want to take the next point?
Okay, where were we?
We're with the hotel bound group.
Back with the hotel bound group. Little Kube runs ahead of everyone, and Iroha chases them onto what looks like a giant braided rope. This braided rope connected to many big balls is a witch farming facility.
Uh, don't take that out of context, please.
Ugh. All the witches in the facility are fed human emotions. Yeah, let's call them emotions.
No, they are
Which
actually
is
human emotions.
yeah, let's just not go there. Which is more likely collected through the use of uwasa, of all the grief seeds. Iroha is sad about how these witches, these magical girls, are just forced into this factory just to be corrupted and die. Suddenly, an uwasa jumps up to the bridge and attacks them. Rena, saying that it's the one that was following her, and Kaidi, Kuro gets knocked down from the bridge, and Iroha reaches her in time to stop Kuro from using her doppel connecting.
No.
Connecting together, Iroha and Kuro use a giant crossbow and one of Kuro's weapons to defeat the Uwasawa.
They're like batons. But,
Yeah.
connecting is an actual thing in the story.
You mean like it's an actual what theme?
No, it's an actual, like, ability.
Okay.
Basically, when two magical girls make contact, like, they connect. And they're able to use their ability to make stronger attacks. That's how Saruno in the first season was like really powerful with her fire.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
If you insist. From one problem to another, Kaide's doppel witch explodes from her soul gem, forcing Iroha to save Rena from the expulsion of black goo. This is the result of too much doppel use, and unlike Iroha, Kaide can't be saved. Because it's too fused to Kaide. No, Kaide! Go for a walk, you'll feel better. Okay, just walk it off.
Okay.
Kaide needs to be stopped. So Rena and Iroha connect while Kuro distracts Kaide in a mega triple connect attack. They use Iroha's mega crossbow to launch a barrage of Rena's swords boosted by Kuro's weapon to pin Kaide to some rock. Would you like to finish this heartbreaking episode?
I just want to note that because Rena and Sana have like very similar hair colors, I got confused at one point writing these notes.
Okay.
I I forget exactly where I got confused, but it's just like because both Rena and Sana have like blue hair, like similarly colored blue hair. It just confused me. And yes, I will finish this episode off for us. Mitaba and Mamaka walk in on the situation, and with a wave of handkerchief, Kaede is imprisoned inside a glass ball. Kaede is then transported into storage at an area called Doppel Syndrome Isolation Ward. Because we just love to make sentences confusing, or like terms confusing, don't we?
You bet your sweet bippy we do.
Anyway, Momoko is angry with Mitama, like, withholding the truth about what happens if you overuse a Doppel Witch. It's like, Iroha and Momoko ask questions if Kaede will ever be Kaede again, and when will it happen? Renner is upset with the possibility that Kaede will be forever stuck inside her Doppel Witch form, and Iroha wonders if the magical girls inside their Doppel Witches are dreaming like Iroha was when she was trapped inside hers. Man, saying all these names is just so much, isn't it? Takes it out of you. So yeah, that's episodes 1 through 4, and hopefully next week we'll get to the end of season 2, because there's only 8 episodes in season 2, and season 3 only has 4 episodes, which is a big sign that this show just didn't know what they were doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like Initial D had 4 episodes as its final season, but there were 4 good episodes with a lot of character building and stuff like that. This is just like to reference Mean Girls, this is just word vomit.
Ain't that the truth?
Anyways, links will be in the description to both of Bailey's channels and also both of my channels for you guys to go check out. Don't forget to subscribe and notification bell so the next video comes out. Ding, 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 ding.
Bum bum bee bum bum bum
Really?
bee bum bum.
Really?
What? You know, I thought some nice elevator music might be better.
No, that wasn't elevator music. That was actually a song.
No, it's elevator music, you know, bum bum bee bum bum.
No, that is the actual start of a song.
It is?
Yeah. I'll tell you after. I don't remember the exact name of the song, but it is one. I'm the Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist, out. You gonna say goodbye?
Yeah. Goodbye. I promise we never say goodbye.